This is the core area for University Media Services and WIPV TV. This is where all the equipment is located for 3 production areas, 3 production rooms, and WIPV's master control. So we can walk around here, and I can start with the WIPV's receiving section. So back here on the back, these units here are satellite receivers. If you notice the dishes out at the duck pond, just to the west, that's where we receive all our signals from the satellites. They come in here for fiber. The other way we receive signals is the non-real time, which is basically it's over commodity internet. So we have a pitch server from PBS, drops all the shows that doesn't have to be immediate, like anything that's not news, really high speed needs to be there, right now. The satellite is direct, so it's it's what they do the news on usually. They have to keep reducing the amount of satellite time that we've been having due to the cost of having to put something up on the bird, so it gets real expensive. So they're trying to go for the non-real time. So also the equipment in the middle here is the switching for the WIPV's master control room. Behind you, right here, is an archive server, which is where we archive all our programs off to. There's 146 terabytes, I believe. These 2 boxes right here. I want you to notice how large the servers are right here, these 2. Because over on the other side, I'll show you the same thing. It was about 10 years ago, that was the same size. This area is all our tape conversion. Any tape formats we have, there are multiple different tape formats. Beta, DV cam, XD cam. We're also doing disc formats now. DVDs, CDs, whatever. If they have to convert it, it's in this space here. Basically, we have a router. This system here is our on-air servers for WIPV. We do 1 channel HD, 2 channels of standard def. I don't know if you've watched get local antenna TV around here, you'll see the weather radar and create channel and the PBS, you can see the Muppets and whatnot. So that all comes out with their air servers here, unless it's live, which is off the satellite. Anything that's from the non-real time, it shows up and gets transferred over to this, so it goes to air. The air servers only have about 40 hours, so they can run about a week, roughly. So if everything failed, they could still air programs. So on around the corner here, over on the other side is single frames. This is 140 some terabytes, which is basically the same size as one of those frames that you just saw on the other side. So the main boxes here is the Selenio, which is a Harris product. It actually takes all this, the HD and the 2 standard defs, and turns them into an MPEG stream ready to go to the transmitter. So that's what this box does here. This is the old box that used to do that, but you keep it as a backup. The rest of the equipment down through here is all routers and distribution equipment. So that's on either side. Also, the computers here on the end are what also add the PSIP, any of the guide data. Anytime you hit the guide and the channels come up and tells you what's going to be happening for the next few hours, that is inserted through the computers here. That's also a service. Okay, I guess we can go back around the other side now. This space here is cameras for the 2 control rooms, and when we do the events at the arena and at the stadium. They're all controlled here, shaded, controlled. Those are all piped into the control rooms here. This is the main room we do the ESPN's graphics or productions out of, which is the arena and the stadium. The room over here is used mainly for the green screen. Walk on down. And Max is in here. Then we'll walk on in here. There it is. And come on in, which is slide in as far as you can. This is WIPV's master control. This is what we're airing right now. You see the master channels, the HD program, which is 49.1. 49.2 is the create channel. Then the WIPV weather, which is the radar. It's all switched out of here. There is an automation system, which is basically a computer that controls all the servers and the switchers that tells them what to do. There's 3 lists that can be ran. They program it up ahead of time with ProTrack, which is the lists from what PBS gives us. They create the list, it goes in, it is sent and switched up. What else do we have? The EAS alerts also come in on the box over here on the bottom. Anytime there's an emergency from the state, federal government, it comes into that computer basically and is sent out on air immediately. So anytime you hear the nasty 3 tones and the warning, that's what's happening. It's somebody's set on alert. Oh, the 800-foot tower is out at Cowan, south of town. If you're driving down Highway 3, you will see it's the one with all the bright white lights during the daytime flashing off to the west. It's the biggest one around here. So
what's the purpose of the tower?
That is where our signal is transmitted from. The transmitter is located at that building out there. Basically what we've got is a link from the FlexiCoder or the Selenio MPEG encoder. After it gets to there, it all goes over to Teachers College and hits a microwave and is shot out to Cowan. That signal, which is the combined air signal of all 3 channels, is transmitted into the transmitter out at Cowan and put over the air. That's what you receive off your antenna. Teachers College and the receive end is at Cowan. So yeah, from here it's actually fibered up to the Teachers College, up to the penthouse. There's a fairly large dish on the side there of the building if you look as you're going by up on the top. The satellite receivers is what we showed you earlier, and the NRT, which is a non-real-time server. The archive is where things they want to keep for a long period of time. One of the things they did here a long time ago was Bob Ross. That stuff airs all the time. So they basically throw that into the archive server. When they need it, they bring it to the air servers. So the list can play it from the air servers. So basically the archive is just sitting there being giant storage. It's just spinning disks all the time. So.
And then the air one's the one that holds like 40 hours.
Mm-hmm. It is a very limited amount because it's got to be fast. It has to play back, and it has all the connections to be able to do the digital video.
And was it 3 channels inputted into the Selena MPEG encoder?
Yes, it's a MPEG 2 is what we're stuck with because that's what they chose, and MPEG 4 wasn't around at that time, so we're kind of stuck. They're working on doing H.264 and H.265 now, so that may be your next TV system. Will be able to do 4K and MPEG 4. So, but that is not a set in stone yet. So someday we'll all have to buy new TVs. So again, I couldn't tell you offhand. I'd have to look it up. I'm sorry. It is on their listing for WIPV. I'm not that fluent on the signal, what their power is. It was ATSC. It's 8VSB now. Is the
8VSB?
Yep. Or actually, it is ATSC. My fault. It was NTSC. The ATSC is 8 VSB is the transmission format. I'm sorry. 8 VSB and CDO FM would be the two different ones that I know
What's
of.
the second one again, sorry?
CDO FM. That's what is used in Europe most of the time.